as long as she didn't rub off on me, right? Well, anyways, one day one of her clients actually came in, and it was an older black lady, real nice lady. I think her name was Shirley, I'm not positive. But she just flat out asked me while I was shampooing her hair. And she said, so David, do you know Jesus? I was like, excuse me? She said, is Jesus your Lord? I was like, sure, I'm Catholic. And she's like, no, is he your Lord? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so as I'm shampooing her hair, she says, let me pray with you. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And she led me in a prayer of repentance while I'm shampooing her hair. It was really strange, right? All I knew was I had convinced myself there was no such thing as sin. I had been involved in the occult for a number of years. Some pretty scary stuff, some heavy-duty stuff that was very real. And I was very haunted by what I was exposing myself to that. I felt like God gave me my childlike innocence back. Even if it was only a little glimpse, it was enough that I was like, wait a second, nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. How in the heck did God do it? Sometimes it is a good one. And I feel like that started what continues to be a long period of time of me really contemplating and weighing who God is. I'm thankful that He saved me. I'm thankful that He's changed me. And I'm thankful that He continues to sanctify and develop me. I'll show you a little video about the creative process, okay? During this period of time, I was doing a lot of paintings and a lot of drawings like this, where there is where you can see almost, put the back here, it's supposed to be his arm coming across all the way back like that, and you can see his hand back there. So it's almost like he's protecting himself in this manner, and family just kind of pose it nicely there. If you notice, if you look a little closer, and this is kind of some of the dark humor here, his face is half skeleton. And so the whole point to this painting is money being your God, and how it can corrupt a whole family. So. Now this is a little bit more of a kind of a twist of imagery. Of course, I was a fan of Salvador Dali. Some of my favorites were Chagall, Marc Chagall, and Toulouse-Lautrec. Some of these other people. And in this painting, there's a man's face here, and there's some random tongue just hanging out of the side of his face. I'm not sure what that is. And up here, you have the hair that kind of comes around and turns into a hand. This painting was actually, it's kind of just fairly chaotic, just a lot of stuff going on. There's oil paint, spray paint, there's some plaster and some wood shavings and miscellaneous stuff. And it's just really dark everywhere, and there's stuff like this robot that says mass destruction next to it, and there's the word violent and dumb and all this other stuff. There's a little girl's face here, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff going on. And I left it like that for a period of time. I didn't really like how dark it was. And so I ended up painting this, and this was a pre-Obama campaign, so just to let you know that, okay? So this was done in 2005. And I really like the idea of that being that we have that light, that glimpse of hope, despite what's going on in our lives. It doesn't matter what's going on in our lives, we still have hope. And it's really kind of neat. I love the stories about David trying to hide from God, and how, you know, no matter where he looked, he would still see God. You know, and so he could not hide. This is beauty, and the charade is over. And the whole point to that, if you notice, the guy's kind of wearing like a bunny suit, kind of court jester bunny suit type of thing. He's got a little fluffy tail, and he's carrying a backpack. Backpack to me always has kind of been symbolic of our burden. And this is kind of where what I feel like now. I think I'm juggling 20 different things. And the whole point that God is supposed to be represented in this butterfly, right? So a glimpse of beauty and the charade is over. It's like everything that you're trying to balance falls apart when you actually are in the presence of God. And I think that's really kind of, even though it's kind of comical looking, that's the whole point. You know, the hula hoop's about to fall off. This ball that he's dangling on his toe is gonna fall. The water's spilling. All that because he's going after something beautiful. And so I think it's really, it's kind of a neat thing. This one here is called, what is it called? It's called One Day. And I'll actually read it to you because some of you guys might not be able to read that. It says, one day the light will consume all things. In the blinking of an eye, it will end. And it's really, for me, was just kind of, again, one of those kind of doodle type of paintings. But I was thinking about just the fact that our ending will be glorious. You know, however great our lives have been here, our eternity is going to be greater.